So I am in Hanzomon. It's cloudy today, and I'm going to Tokyo FM radio station for the recording of my program, chat show program. And this guest is Akihiro Nishino. He is a comedian, but he is now a really established illustrated book author and also film producer. He produced an animation film called Pupil of the Chimney Town. I think that's correct English title. The Japanese title is Entotsumachi no Pupil, which is a huge hit in Japan. And so I'm really looking forward to listening to Akihiro Nishino's talk about how he brought this cinematic wonder into fruition, and how he had to fight the prejudices and mindsets of the society on the way. Because when you start something new, there will be frictions and obstacles in any society, but it is particularly true in this country, unfortunately, because people have this idea that deruku ga udareru, with the Japanese proverb, meaning if you are sticking out nail, then you would be pushed down. Sorry, excuse my tea. So it is always a good idea in this country to keep a low profile and keep your head down in order not to be noticed. And Nishino is not such a guy. I mean, he's always making noise, and he says that he's claiming that he would overcome Walt Disney in the future and surpass Walt Disney. And this is a long shot or even a moonshot, but it's really good. Nice to listen to somebody who talks about moonshots, because nowadays everybody is in a deflationary mode. And so this is Tokyo FM. So I'm really looking forward to this interview with Nishino Akihiro, a great guy, and probably I'll drink some tea on the way. Here we are. So this is one day after my previous video capturing. Yesterday I was on my way to Tokyo FM, but I don't have time to put it on YouTube because I tend to have too many things to do. So today I'm in another part of Tokyo, and I'm gonna go to a TV shooting for Discovery Channel Tokyo New Japan branch, and it's about art and design. Really interesting stuff. And I'm running again. I tend to run for the traffic signal, and I'm actually late for the shooting. Well, there are some margins and where they do makeup and hairdo, and I don't have to do that because this is my natural hairdo. So anyway, so art and design, it's really interesting. Japanese politics sucks, and Japanese journalism sucks. Actually, it doesn't exist. That design and art, they're excellent. I think Japan is a country where people are better at tending to these small things. After all, this is a country where there are 8 million gods, where 8 million meaning infinite. So there are 8 million gods of design. And so if you make a design and art and design program, it's going to be excellent. So I really enjoy each shooting as they come, and they're really wonderful. And I should say, however, that probably designs are better than art, because in the Japanese art market, especially in the contemporary art context, is also excellent. I should say that there are many really ambitious artists on the individual level. However, as modern art, contemporary art requires a spirit of challenge, spirit of break the status quo, to think out of the box. although in Japan there are many artists who are really excellent and courageous to endeavor to do things, the mainstream or the powers that be or ancient regime, was so to speak, of the art is really stagnant and old school, and especially as you go closer to the mainstream media and government, you would find less and less courageous, ambitious endeavors in terms of the art. So I should say, in terms of contemporary arts, probably Japan lags behind its counterparts elsewhere on the earth. Which is sad. As I said, on the individual level, there are many excellent artists, and mind you, there are many ambitious curators, and there are excellent exhibits from time to time. But for example, the NHK airs arts and design program called Nichiyou Bijutsukan, Sunday Art Museum, and it's really old school. I mean, I'm not saying that old school things are necessarily bad, but I think they are lacking this vista on the context breaking, disruptive aspects of contemporary art. So that's one minus, huge minus. So in my program, which is called Creator その愉快な仲間たち, which can be roughly translated as creators and the merry fellow or whatever. This is a program which recognizes that creation is a collective effort, and no man is an island entirely of its own in the art of field of art. You should really collaborate with people, meet with people, and collaborate. There where you learn. So I think there lies a kind of a hope, gleam of hope for Japanese arts and design, because, well, after all, this is a country where mutual relationships between people are emphasized, sometimes over the application of ideologies, and which can have its shortcomings, but at the same time it can have advantages. So I'm looking forward to today's shooting, which will be broadcast on Discovery Channel, Japanese branch. So the studio is just over there, so I have to stop this video. So I have finished the filming of the design and art program for the Discovery Channel Japan. And today's guest was the famous architect Makoto Tanijiri, and I really enjoyed chatting with him. I know him for many years, and he's such a wonderful fellow, and he's so talented, and he comes from really a unique background, and he's one of these Japanese architects who must be put on a watch list in the world of design and architecture in the years to come. And my co-host is Naomi Troughton, who is a student at Keio University, but she does all these wonderful talent works, and I think her father is German, and her mother is Japanese, so he is from Japanese and German origin, and she's a really intelligent and wonderful lady. I really enjoy co-hosting the program with her. So we did a program focusing on Makoto Tanijiri's works as an architect, and Makoto Tanijiri is known for his uniquely positioned architects, because he has designed houses on a cliff, literally on a cliff and on a slope, and he was actually the guy who did the production design for the main house in the animation film Mirai no Mirai by Mamoru Hosoda. So Makoto Tanijiri has been involved in all these wonderful creative works, and it was such a entertaining experience to listen to his talk, and you know, I really had a wonderful time. We also had as guest Mr. Shiraishi, who is a graduate student at Kyoto Fujitsu University, and also Totonoe Oyakata, who is a really wonderful character in the current boom in sauna in Japan. Sauna originated from Finland, but now it is very popular in Japan, and many people are crazy about sauna. And Totonoe Oyakata. Oyakata actually refers to the grandmaster of smooth tables. And Totonoe Oyakata, Totonoe in Japanese means to modify and to sort out your mind and body. So he's a grandmaster of maintaining your mind and body by putting yourself in sauna and in cold bath later. And he's a master of that. And Makoto Tanijiri, the architect, and Totonoe Oyakata, the master of sauna, are really good friends, and they are involved in many projects together. So I also listened to that. And quite interestingly, Naomi Trolem is actually very fond of sauna. So she's a sauna lady as well. So we really had a great time chatting about these health benefits of sauna and how it is simply breeze to put yourself in the sauna and later in the cold bath. And you know, Totonoe Oyakata, the master of sauna, actually sometimes put himself in the sea, in the Arctic Ocean, where there ice is floating around, and it's crazy. And wow, all these crazy creative people, I love them. So I really loved filming this wonderful program, and I'm really proud to be a member of it. So anyways, that was my afternoon to this Saturday. It's kind of windy today in Tokyo. We had a relatively mild temperature, but the weather forecast says that it'll be colder tomorrow again, so it's still in the middle of winter.